Hey guys, how's it going? Jeremy Donson here with thedrumprofessor.com. Today we're going to be doing Cemetery Gates by Pantera. I love the melodic versus heavier mixtures that the song does. It sounds really awesome. So to get started, we're going to start at a minute and 30 seconds into the song, right at where it comes in with the drums on the crash, and we're going to go over the intro for you guys here. And as always, if you have any questions or need any help with anything, please do feel free to ask, or better yet, sign up for a free one-on-one live jam session with me. Just go to my website, thedrumprofessor.com, and click yes, I want my one-on-one live jam session, and we can go over anything that you want. So without any further ado, let's get started. Here we go. Alright, so to get started here, when we come in, we're going to crash in with the bass drum. Pretty simple there. Now, after that, we're going to go and on the hi-hat, crash and then a bass by itself, and snare and hi-hat together. So, crash and bass snare, crash and bass snare, crash and bass snare. Okay, so once we get that, we're going to do a hi-hat by itself and then 3 basses with another hi-hat on the middle or second bass drum. So, and bass, 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 and bass, bass, bass. So putting it together. Crash and bass there, and bass, bass, bass. Okay, now once we get to that, we're gonna go and bass by itself and crash with the snare drum. Putting that together slowly. Now your key here is that your hi-hat never changes. That is your metronome, is your hi-hat. Generally in drums, not always, but especially in this type of genre, you're always going to have something that is your metronome. And like I said, it's not 100% of the time, but a lot of times you always want one thing to, the majority of the time, keep tempo with and for you. So in this case, it's our hi-hat, which is pretty common. It's never going to change. All right, so putting it together one more time. Ready, go. And that's the first step to the song. Now, after that, we're going to repeat it, and then we're going to do a pretty cool fill. All right, so let's go over the fill here. So the fill in the 4th measure. So instead of going bass, bass, snare, bass, 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 you're going to do bass, bass, snare, snare, bass. So you're going to replace the first bass with the snare, and then stop on the second bass. So now, and then the rest of the fill is going to go like this. So we're going to do 4 snares, high tom, and then bass mid, and then 2 snares and a crash. So doing it again. Four snares, high tom, bass mid, 2 snares, crash. So, 4th measure. Then we go back in. Now on the end of this one, we're going to do bass bass instead, and then we're going to do a little double kick there, and then choke, choke, crash. So pretty cool, right? Okay, now the next part. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is going to be a quarter note beat on the hi-hat. So we're going to go crash, snare, bass, and snare, bass, and snare, bass, bass. So again, hi-hat being your metronome, we want to keep it the same the whole time. So crash, snare, bass, and snare, bass, and snare, bass, bass. After the bass bass, you just do snare and hi-hat together, and you start it over again. So putting it together slower. Now you play to that point the second time. Crash, snare bass, and then it changes. So check it out. This is how it changes. So you're going to do another snare bass, crash, snare bass, snare bass, snare bass. Snare bass twice. Okay? Now, this section here, you can omit the bass if needed, but the bass adds some difficulty and a little bit of flavor to the fill, so we're going to have the bass in between here. So what we're going to do is 3 snares, bass drum, and then a flam. Now, like I said, if needed, you could take the bass out, dig-a-dut flam. Okay, so putting it together with the bass. Dig-a-dut bass flam, crash, crash, crash. Or actually, dig-a-dut bass flam, choke, choke, crash. So after you do the flam, you're going to do 2 chokes and then a crash. So putting this together, let's say from the beginning of this section. Alright, and there you have Cemetery Gates by Pantera. I hope this really helped you guys out. I remember after I had just fairly new to the drums and was getting into the song way back, it was so much fun to play, man. I love songs that have melodic versus heavy contrast, and they mix it up like that. So it's really a beautiful song, and so much fun to play. So if there's other sections of this song that you would like help with, definitely, it's free. Just take advantage of the free one-on-one live jam session, and I'll show you whatever you'd like to know. Also, I have a $25 video of it's for beginners and even maybe for some intermediate drummers as well, because I go over some fundamental techniques. I had a couple of advanced drummers tell me, hey man, that was really helpful, because it goes over the grip and technique and how-tos and how-don'ts, basically, of how to hold the sticks and how to play and footwork and all kinds of stuff. So if you wanted to take advantage of that, it's only $25. Just go to my website, thedrumprofessor.com, and check it out. So thanks again, guys, for everything. If you like this video, please do be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Stay awesome, have fun, and rock on. Later, guys.